Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 55. Let's take a look at it. Lesson number 55, let's see what we have. The first thing actually we have here is a vocab word, and the word is I have it written a and then h, ah. This right here, second one, choti here, and it will look like this. Ah. That's a singular, one. You know what that means? I'll tell you in a second what it means once I find out. It means to sigh. To sigh. It means cry of pain. Lament. Ah is singular. The plural of ah would be ahen. Ah. Ho and ye, he. And then nun gunna. Nun gunna is going to give us a dot here. Because it's not ahe, it's ahen. Ahen. When we join them together, it's going to look like this. There is this. It's going to look like this. A, he, ye, and nun gunna. Ahen. Ahen is the plural. Sighs, cries of pain, lamenting. Ahen. That's the word we're going to come across in a second. Let's begin our show. Mary. The next word is tarha. Ta, ra, ha, tarha. As you can see, Hindi is sweet and simple. No complication at all. Tarha, not tar, this is tarha. Tarha. Hindi is sweet and simple. No complication at all. So what we need is a ta. But we have two tas in Urdu. One is the te, which is the exact equivalent of the Hindi ta. And then we have a toy. It looks like this, toy. Which is not the exact equivalent. But it is an approximate ta. Approximate because Hindi doesn't have the exact equivalent of this concept. This is a ta, toy. It's called toy. Then we have a ha, but we have four ha's here. We have a badi hai, then these two are called choti hai, they look like this, and then we have do chashmi hai. These are all ha's. So we need a ta, but we don't know which one. We need a ha, but we don't know which one. There are 8 possible permutations. Yes, not combinations, permutations, because the order does matter. This one, of course, has to be the first one. There are 8 possible permutations. Which one is correct? The writer has to know. The writer has to know, obviously, the correct spelling of the word, just like you do in English. This tarha that you have here, we need toy, not a te. We need a toy, and then we need a ha. Then a ra, and then we need ha right here. The first one, tarha. Tarha means in that manner, in that mode, same kind, tarha. Uski tarha hi kar le. Do it the same way. Us tarha mat kare. Don't do it that way. Tarha means this way or that way. The manner, the mode. Same kind, that's what it means. Tu hi tarha, meri tarha, and then the next word we have is tu. This is a to. So far the word is written is to, because as you know, we take a ta and a vowel. If you just leave it there, that will become a to. We don't want a to, we need a tu. Not only we need a tu, but we need a badi uki matra. So to make a badi U ki matra, we combine te with a vav and we put a ulta pesh. So now it's no longer to, it becomes tu, badi U ki matra. Meri tarah tu aahe. We just learned it. Aahe. Aahe. Ha. He. Meri tarah tu aahe bhare. This is bha, B and H, bha. Just like you will write it in English, B and H, bha and re. Meri tarah tu aahe bhare. So he's talking to her right now and he's just wishing her bad things. He says, I wish you would sigh, you will have cries of pain, you will lament in the same manner that I am. I wish the same thing will happen to you, that you will cry just like I cry for you, just like I lament for you. I sigh, meri tarah tu aahe bhare. Let's do the next one. Tu bhi, tu. Again the same tu with badi U ki matra. Tu bhi, we just did it. Tu bhi. Tu bhi. The next word is kisi. Ka with choti ki matra, ki. And then we have sa with a badi ki matra. Choti ye gives us badi ki matra. Kisi. Let's put them together. Kaf, two loop for sa, and choti ye. Don't forget the zer. The zer gives us a choti ki matra. Tu bhi kisi se. Tu bhi kisi se. The say is not written like this in my notes. The say I have in my notes, it looks like this. Say. Same thing here. Kisi. Instead of making two loops and then a choti ye, I have it written in my notes like this. It's fine. Tu bhi kisi se. Pa. Ya. Ra. तू भी किसी से प्यार करे करे. I think this marker needs to be retired. तू भी किसी से प्यार करे. So in the first line it says, मेरी तरह तू आहें भरे. I wish that you will also one day. I wish the day will come where I wish the day will come when you will also, just like I am right now. I hope that the day will come when you will also sigh, will have cries of pain. You will lament just like I am doing now. तू भी किसी से प्यार करे, that you will one day fall in love with somebody. He is wishing her bad things. Now why does it say as a bad thing that you will fall in love with somebody? We will find that out in the next line. तू भी किसी से प्यार करे, that you will fall in love with somebody, and then, and here's the bad part that he's wishing for her. Or is or. This is O. Let's do it one at a time. This is O. And a W. Wow, as you know, Be and a Wow will make it a Bo. Similarly, Alif and a Wow will make it O. But we don't need O, we need badi U ki matra. So we put zabar on it, and now it becomes O. And when we put a R, and it becomes or just means and. You already know that. I don't know why I'm writing it. Or, rahe, ra, ha, and badi, rahe. Rahe. Or, rahe. Or, rahe, ra, ha, and badi. Or, rahe. Wo. So again, now for wo is a tricky one. Listen carefully. So to convert ba into a bo, o ki matra, we put a wow next to it, combine with a wow, and it becomes an o ki matra, and it looks like this. To convert p, we take a p and combine with wow and becomes a po. The question is, what do we do when we want o ki matra for wow, for wa? This wow is a letter also. That wow serves as the o ki matra, choti o ki matra and badi o ki matra. This letter wow serves both as the choti o ki matra and badi o ki matra, but it is also a letter in itself. It is also a letter in its own right. This is the choti o. If you want a badi o, you put a zabar on it, all of a sudden you have a badi o ki matra. Put a zabar here, it becomes badi o. But what do you do when you want to make wa into a wo? That's a tricky one, isn't it? We're not going to put two wows next to each other. So what we do in Urdu is that when we want to convert wa into a wo, we take a wa and put a ha, this here right here. That ha is there to rescue us in a tricky situation like that. We use it very often when we're in a tricky situation. It comes to rescue and becomes a wo. And now it reads wo. Or rahe wo. Or rahe wo. Tuj. Tu. Choti o ki matra. And a ja. Ja is a jim and a he. Ja. J and H. Which is this. Or rahe wo tuj. Let's put them together. When we put tu and ja together, it looks like this. Tu and then ja. Or rahe wo tuj se pare. Pa and a re. Pare. Put them together. Pa re. You know what pare means? Pare means at a distance, away. Pare means distant. That's what it means. So let's read the three lines together and it will all make sense. It says, as I said, he's wishing her bad things because he's upset at her, he's mad at her because she broke his heart, she betrayed him, and this is how it goes towards the very end. Meri tarha tu aaye bhare. I wish the day would come when you will also that you will have cries of pain, that you will sigh, you will lament for somebody as I'm lamenting for you today. Tu bhi kisi se pyar kare, that one day you will fall in love with somebody, or rahe wo tuj se pare, and I wish that he will remain distant from you, that your love will not be fulfilled. I wish that he would remain distant from you as you are to me now. Let's do the last line. I have to remember which of these markers is dying because I need to throw it away. We'll find out in a second. Tu. Now, if I say tu and you already see me starting a vowel, then you already know it's a badi u ki matra. Because choti u ki matra simply would have been ta and a pesh. This one takes te and a vowel and an ulta pesh. Tu. Tu o. This one is dying. Let's get rid of it because I keep picking it up for some strange reason. Tu o. Sanam. Sanam we have written many times. Sanam. So, no, mo. Sanam. Tu o sanam. The next word is a difficult one, or at least for me. The first letter we need is da. Da is like this. And that's a da and a ha together. Da. We don't have a letter in unique letter for duh in Urdu, so we take our duh and put a ha next to it. Duh. This is how I understand it. Okay? And then if it loops, we talked about it before, and if that loops comes out, that becomes an entirely different letter, which is a duh. Duh. As in, well, see, English you can't do it, because in English makes no distinction between duh and a duh, because they have the same letter, D. They use D for duh, for doctor, and they use D for also sound duh. So we won't go there. What we need here is duh. And Hindi letters looks like this, duh. So we need, so this is the duh. We don't need a duh, we need a da. So we put an alif together. So when we write like this, I want you to understand that this part here, this beginning part here, all of that is one letter, which is this letter right here. And then when we put an alif next to it, that's when it becomes a da. That's the aki. This is right here is the aki matra. Da. So far it says da. All of that is da. And then we need a. A would be alif and badi, and that will give us a. It's a badi a which gives us choti a ki matra. If you wanted a badi a ki matra, you would take your alif and ye and put a zabar on it, and now it becomes a badi a ki matra. Without the zabar, it's a choti a ki matra. That's what we need here. Now, I don't know which day it was, but I remember spending 3 full days on this concept, a concept of something called Hamza. Hamza is the third last letter that appears in the Urdu alphabet. No word in Urdu language begins with Hamza. Hamza always appears in the middle of the word, in the middle of the spelling, because it serves only one function. It serves the function of rescuing us when alif is followed by a badiye. I'm going to do it one more time because it's an important concept very quickly. When alif is followed by a badiye, which is going to give us a, or alif is followed by a chotiye, which is going to give us e, or alif is followed by a wa, which is going to give us wo. We just did that wo in a second ago. When this happens, when alif is followed by a wa, or alif is followed by a chotiye, or alif is followed by a badiye, we don't write it like this. Even though it's a, what we do is we take out the alif and we put a loop on top of the ye, and we put a letter. This letter is called Hamza. And most of the time you won't even see the loop. What you will simply see is this. It will be a straight line like this, and that symbol there replaces the alif, and that's a A. Similarly, to write E, you will take out the alif and you will simply make a sharp line like this, make a choti ye, and put a Hamza. E. Similarly, for O, you just write a vav and put a Hamza. That's what we need here. We need A. Dhae. Tu o sanam, dhae, sitam. Sitam is something we learned yesterday. Sitam. Choti ki matra, sitam. Sitam means to treat somebody unfairly. To treat somebody unfairly. To mistreat someone. Sitam, we learned a synonym yesterday of sitam. Synonym of sitam is zulm. किसी पे जुल्म करना is same as किसी पे सितम करना. Sitamgar, we learned that word yesterday. Sitamgar, किसी पे जुल्म करना. So what he says is that tu o sanam dhae sitam. That you will also face, that you will also encounter the same injustice, the same mistreatment that you gave to me. One more time, 4 lines together. Meri tarah tu aahein bhare, just like me, I wish that one day you will sigh. तू भी किसी से प्यार करे, that one day I wish that you will fall in love with somebody, और रहे वो तुझसे परे, and I wish that the person that you fall in love with will remain distant from you, just like you are to me. तूने वो सितम ढाए सनम, तूने, oh I left out the तूने वो सितम ढाए, just like all the sitam, all the injustice, all the maltreatment that you gave to me, that you will face the same thing. Bye now.